Good morning, everyone. My name is Juno, and welcome to Walkathon Wednesday, where we promote good health and exploration of the city on foot. So, over the last few weeks, we have been focused on very popular parts of Los Angeles that people are likely to visit. This week, I'm really excited because we're going to be tackling a different side of the city that I don't think a lot of people see, and that's going to be East Los Angeles. And we're going to kind of walk around there and head north towards an area called Olvera Street. We are starting off in a neighborhood here, so here we go.
Ruben Salazar Park. This park is significant as it was the terminus of the Chicano Moratorium March in 1970. Ruben Salazar, a journalist, was one of 3 people killed during this march, and the park's name is in honor of him. Around 30,000 people marched that day in protest of the inordinate number of Mexican-American casualties in the Vietnam War. While Chicano was likely an Anglo-invented term initially used as a slur against Mexican-Americans, the word had become a symbol of pride during the Chicano Movement. The Chicano Movement throughout the 1960s was especially vital to demanding civil rights for Mexican Americans. On this street, you can see murals telling some of these stories. In fact, murals are on every building, as far as I can see, in this neighborhood. Particularly love this one. The movement pushed for better treatment of migrant workers, implementation of bilingual programs in the Southwest, and sought to combat hiring discrimination against people of Mexican descent. Seeing the preservation of this history is exactly what I wanted to find. But it makes you wonder, do we not still see labor exploitation from corporations happening today? It's time to start heading west, where I expect the themes of our walk will shift slightly, but there is a lot more to learn about this area. As we leave the East LA neighborhood, I'm reminded that you'll kick a rock over and find a film set. Did someone forget some masks?
So we're crossing the Los Angeles River now, and this is going to take us into the Fashion District. And as you can see, the river is man-made, at least this section of it is. But it never used to be. This used to be a natural river, but after a series of floods, they had to start building these concrete pathways here. And so that's kind of what you see today, and you can see there's some flow down. If we look down there, you can see it is flowing today, so that's good. Can't say the same about the summer, though. There's another view of it here. And you can see the Amtrak here. We're kind of moving into a more industrial part of town. So, yeah. And next to that, we have some stuff going on here. It looks like some kind of composting or garbage. Yeah, I'll be honest, doesn't smell great walking through here.
This part of town has a particularly urban feel. I definitely feel this area is far less artificial than some other places we have walked. But if you can believe it, you'll still run into the most unassuming coffee shops. The energy of this corridor is youthful and eccentric, but markedly different from the west side of town. Street art is everywhere in this area. That is a little more fashionable. Lessons from the Fashion District. The Row is an interesting enclave I found here, an outdoor urban shopping and dining complex. It's not at all what I would have imagined to be here. The complex is separated from the outside city by these large historic buildings. Found another one. Leaving the Row, we're heading northward now. This area is robust, but the historic character seems fairly intact. We are not focusing on Skid Row today, but we're here and I'm making an assessment of the area. No coverage here today. I am taking a slight detour to show you the Little Tokyo Japanese Village, one of the only such districts in the US. This is where you will find all sorts of Japanese cuisine, anime shops, and even a maid cafe. From here, I'm walking next to downtown, but my focus is heading elsewhere. Los Angeles City Hall right here. Fun fact, it has an observation deck at the top that's free to the public. That's where I got my skyline photos a couple months ago. We've made it to the place I've been intrigued by for a while but have never visited. This district preserves the founding of Los Angeles, exemplifying the city's Spanish and Mexican periods.
Alright, we've made it to El Pueblo de Los Angeles, and so we're just going to kind of see what is waiting for us inside the birthplace of the city right here.
We have made it to Olvera Street, which originated from an idea by Christine Sterling to preserve the historic architecture and transform the area into a Mexican marketplace. Although extravagant in nature, this area attracts both locals and tourists alike. I would even say this is one place every tourist should visit. I finally found an area where the city's Spanish and Mexican heritage has been somewhat preserved, and proudly so. And of course, today's lunch follows suit appropriately. As I depart from Olvera Street, I'm stopping by Union Station next door.
So I'm here at Union Station, and you can see there's some fire trucks here. Something's going on. But I decided to stop in because I recently learned about a airport shuttle service that goes directly to LAX from here, and it is $10. And so I wanted to come and find out where it is, and I found it. It's right over there. So you just get a ticket, it takes you right to the airport. So that's really good to know, because that's going to be a lot cheaper than taking an Uber pretty much from anywhere. So it's good to know that that's here. I missed it, but a helicopter just landed on top of that building there. Would have been a good catch. So the sun's kind of in a nice spot right now. It gives us a really good view of this. That's the river again. We crossed not that street there. It's actually a little further south than that one. But we went westward, we went that way. So now we're a little further north and we're crossing back eastward. So we're going in this direction now. And this is going to take us back into East LA. And I'll tell you what, it really doesn't get much more urban and industrial than where we are right now. That's for sure. The light is bouncing very nicely off the water here, and this perspective actually gives you a little better sense of the river's flow here and how it was designed. It all kind of flows through the center, and the overflow, that's kind of what the overflow is, kind of what these sides are for here. So you can kind of visualize that a little better here. So this is very much a place that not a lot of people visit. It's a place where people live. And that's an important distinction to make here, because things are just the way that they are walking through here.
Best El Pollo Loco I've seen yet. There's a lot to enjoy here. It's all street markets, hole-in-the-wall businesses, and no bullshit. Fun fact, as of 2020, roughly 96% of residents in East LA are Hispanic or Latino. This is the highest percentage of any city in the US, other than Puerto Rico.
From one musical intersection to another. Here we go.
Wow, such a beautiful view from up here. Do you recognize this tree? This tree is important to this community, a token of resistance to gentrification in this neighborhood. It's also featured in a movie.
So we are back in the neighborhood, and I'm here at the tree, and you can see how high in elevation we are right now. This is a really steep hill that goes back down. So from here, I'm really just going to head straight south. My car is in front of us somewhere. Still about half hour out from where it's parked, but yeah, we're just kind of going to be cruising back through the East LA neighborhood here. And yeah, this is a pretty cool view we've got here, I will say.
Saw this on the way back and wanted to bring attention to it.
Alrighty guys, that about wraps up today's walk, and great timing too, because the sun has just about set here. Lots of content today. Thank you guys for tuning in. There's definitely a lot to think about here. And yeah, have a great night guys, and we will see you next week.